Japan and Korea, a shared face, a divided past. To many around the world, Japanese and Korean people appear similar faces, styles, and traditions. Both nations are part of East Asia, shaped by deep cultural heritage and modern influence. They use chopsticks, eat rice-based diets, share Confucian values, and celebrate high-tech progress alongside traditional festivals. But beneath the surface of shared features lies a far deeper story, one of migration, war, colonization, resistance, and an ongoing struggle for historical justice. Genetically, Japanese and Koreans share roots in ancient East Asia, but their DNA tells different stories. The Japanese genome is a blend roughly 30% from the Jomon, Japan's original hunter-gatherer settlers, and 50–60% from the Yayoi, rice farmers who migrated from the Korean peninsula or nearby China around 300 BCE. This fusion helped shape Japan's unique population. Koreans, in contrast, show remarkable genetic continuity. About 85% of modern Korean DNA is linked to ancient Korean populations. Korea's genetic line remained more consistent, shaped by steady cultural development rather than large waves of foreign influence. Despite ancient links, conflict erupted in the 16th century when Japan, under Toyotomi Hideyoshi, launched the Imjin War, a violent invasion of Korea. With help from China and the brilliance of Korean naval commander Yi Sundae-sin, Korea repelled Japan, but at great cost. This marked the beginning of long-standing geopolitical tension. Centuries later, that tension reached its peak. In 1910, Japan formally annexed Korea and began a 35-year colonial rule. During this time, the Korean language was banned in schools, family names were forcibly changed to Japanese, land was taken, and resources were extracted. Resistance movements were violently suppressed. One of the darkest chapters of this era was the comfort women system, a euphemism for sexual slavery imposed by the Japanese military. It's estimated that between 50,000 to 200,000 women, most of them Korean, were forced into military-run brothels during World War II. Some were kidnapped, others were tricked with false promises, they were subjected to rape, abuse, and lifelong trauma. Some women became pregnant. A few gave birth to children with Japanese fathers. These children, born of violence and shame, often remained undocumented or hidden. Social stigma, silence, and post-war chaos meant that few such family lines were traced. Although such cases existed, genetic studies show that this tragic history had only a minimal impact on the broader DNA makeup of modern Koreans or Japanese. After Japan's defeat in 1945, Korea regained independence, but the peninsula was divided between North and South, sparking the Korean War just 5 years later. Japan, under U.S. occupation, was not a direct participant, but was deeply affected by the consequences of its imperial past. To this day, the legacy of colonization remains sensitive. Survivors of the comfort women system have spoken out, demanding recognition and legal apologies. Japan has issued multiple apologies, including the 1993 Kono Statement and the 2015 agreement, but many in Korea feel the issue remains unresolved. Statues of comfort women still stand, weekly protests continue, and historical wounds remain open. Despite this painful past, today's younger generations in Korea and Japan are forging new connections through music, technology, and global culture. K-pop and anime cross borders. Students study abroad in each other's countries. Trade, tourism, and diplomacy continue. History divided them. Ancient bloodlines and modern humanity connect them. The hope for reconciliation lies not in forgetting the past, but in facing it fully with truth, empathy, and the courage to move forward together. When discussing East Asian populations, many people notice certain physical similarities between Japanese and Korean individuals. However, subtle yet significant differences exist rooted in history, genetics, and culture. Let's explore these distinctions. Facial structure. Japanese faces are often more oval or elongated, while Korean faces tend to be rounder or shaped like a sharp V. This reflects not only genetic trends, but also differing cultural ideals of beauty. Eyes. Both populations commonly have monolids, a single eyelid without a crease. However, Japanese eyes are typically wider set and slightly rounder. Korean eyes, by contrast, can appear more deep set or angled. Eyelid surgery is more prevalent in Korea, contributing to a distinct modern aesthetic. Nose and jawline. Koreans tend to have a higher nose bridge and a more sharply defined tip, aligning with beauty standards that value a pronounced profile. Japanese noses are generally softer and less angular. Jawlines also differ. Korean jawlines are often sharper or V-shaped, while Japanese jawlines appear more rounded. Skin tone. Skin tone in both groups ranges from pale to medium, but Koreans are often paler on average, partly due to climate, genetics, and skincare practices that emphasize brightness. Japanese skin tones vary more widely, reflecting a broader geographical and genetic range. Height and build. Modern data shows Koreans are, on average, slightly taller Korean men at around 175 centimeters and women at 162 centimeters. Japanese men average around 170 centimeters and women 158 centimeters. Korean builds also tend to be broader and more athletic, while Japanese frames are often slimmer. Hair and head shape. Both populations have naturally straight, dark, brown, or black hair. One anthropological distinction is the head shape. Korean skulls are often more flat at the back, while Japanese skulls tend to be more rounded. Though subtle, this is a documented difference in cranial structure. Cultural influence. Beauty ideals play a major role. Korean society emphasizes sharp facial lines, pale skin, and specific nose and jaw shapes. Japanese beauty is more varied, from traditional elegance to modern kawaii fashion. Each culture's media and cosmetic industries shape these trends. Conclusion. Though Koreans and Japanese share ancestral roots and may appear similar at first glance, their physical features reflect centuries of cultural development, geography, and genetics. These subtle differences help us appreciate the diversity within East Asia and remind us that beauty has many faces. Hi everyone, it's Jenny here, and I would like to say please subscribe, and if you like the video, do like and share.
Oh, and I want to say thank you to all of my blinks, and I hope to see you guys soon. So subscribe this YouTube. 네, 자주 만나요. 안녕. 我的小狗很可爱。
알고 있는 친구가 대방출